Alright, some LED action on the back of this canvas and some experimenting with acrylic with water and some abstract painting, as you can see, and also some tree on top of this abstract painting that I have created for you. So the story begins early Saturday morning. As you can see, this light shining through this tree kind of attracted my attention, and I thought, hey, why not install LED like this on back of this canvas and see what happens. So if you guys want to know how I created it, be sure to watch till the end. I'll show you how I was able to install this simple LED for a special effect. So starting with some beige color, lots of water, and adding some white color for you. And I wanted to see with this kind of painting how the paint can spread, kind of like the acrylic pour that I saw on YouTube, but a little bit more controlled. I didn't like the just totally committed to pouring all this paints and moving it around, but I wanted a little bit more control. And as you can see, a little bit of dab with the paper towel to make sure this lighted area is people can see it shine through, and little dark little time lapse for you guys with some darker brown color and some mixing it around just to see what happens, And a little bit more brown paint here with some paintbrush. I've added some gray color to it, and the point is I wanted to mix keep the background as neutral as possible after this been one day later. And I thought I would paint the edges of the canvas with some black color. I should have used a little thicker brush now that I look at it, but I just wanted to kind of I wanted to create the edges. And here's some more beige with gray, just spreading it around upper left corner, and some time lapse and just kind of see what happens, with a little bit of water. I just like the way it was kind of spreading around. And same thing on this side right here on the lower right hand corner after the upper left hand corner is dried up. And same playbook here on the upper right hand corner. Basically what I wanted to do is if I control the way the acrylic kind of mixes in with other colors, and mixing that in with water, I just wanted to see how that looks like. So lower left hand corner, as you can see, little time lapse. I wanted to add a little bit of spice with the sunset setting, white, yellow, and orange. And then I'm going to be adding some red at the end to complete this sunset kind of look. I wanted this to be a little bit more neutral finish after a day or so. You can see completely dried up. Adding some light and saying that was pretty good. You can actually stop the painting, stop the whole creation process there, and just say, hey, we're done. But I wanted to create a tree on top of this with a little time lapse again with some number 1 size paintbrush, starting with the branch here. Some people like to paint a tree with leaves first, but you can do that. But I wanted to start with the branches and the tree trunk, so make sure that I kind of avoid the LED light area as a reference. And painting the rocks here with a combination of black and gray with the palette knife, just kind of left and right, just slowly dabbing it into place, and then adding some colors to the tree trunk with some brown and light brown color. And again, I'm experimenting here, just lots of water before I start this, as you can see, and adding a little bit of red and a little orange and a little time lapse here, and just watching and see how the color kind of spreads around this branches, just to see how these colors are spreading around with a mixture of red and orange. And keeping in mind that I wanted the overall paint to be kind of thin as possible so those LED light can shine through when they dry up. Little white here and there. One mistake I made is that I still haven't decided what a focal point needs to be, but if I were to paint this again, I would probably start with the lower left hand corner and decide, you know, hey, this is the focal point. Right now it's like a multiple focal point is what I'm going for, but I was just kind of focused on, you know, studying colors, you know, having the neutral colors in the backdrop, but at the same time having a little purplish kind of a reddish color as a leaf. And I was looking at it with the light on. It looks pretty good, I thought, initially. And the day later, and I said, you know, something's not right. Let me check back with this color wheel. The complementary color should be more like a greenish bluish color. So I'm going to change this a little bit more. And also, I'm kind of trying to paint more loosely, and I always make a mistake of getting too detailed. So here's a brush with a long handle, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mix all these different shades of different colors of blue here, as you can see, and then start try to paint more loosely here, starting with this branches. So that overall kind of complements the brownish beige kind of neutral color in the background, so as you can see. So starting right here and just kind of dabbing it into place and holding the handle of a brush at the end like this. Dab here and there. A little dark blue followed by a little lighter blue, as you can see. And adding a little bit more highlight to what will eventually be my focal point right here, adding a little bit more lighter blue and just kind of being loose and not being too concerned about being too detailed, you know, with this tree painting. And here's a little green here, light green, as a some artists call it a spice color. I know. So from the color wheel, a little spice color, yellow and green is what I'm going for here. And I'm going to add a little bit of suggestion of a moss on a rock here. So that's what I'm going to do. And again, you know, I'm always going for that right color combination so visually looks good at the end, you know, instead of full spectrum primary colors, and then wondering at the end of the day it just looks too something's not right, you know. So a little moss action, little dab here and there. Of course, I'm not too concerned about details either. So left hand corner of this canvas, I'm going to do the same to this rock as I did in the center of this rock. Just a little dab, little suggestion here and there. Yeah, so neutral colors in the background as well as these primary colors in the foreground. So hopefully it'll balance out and all these elements eventually pop out a little better at the end of the day. So that's what I'm hoping for. A little time lapse here to speed up this process, which is basically doing the same thing as I've done with other rocks here. A little moss with the light lime green kind of a couple. It doesn't have to be exactly this kind of color if you were to follow me along. So here it is, moving the key light away with the LED light. I kind of changed the direction of the key light to focus, emphasize more of this focal point, more of this sunset part of the composition. So here it is with the full light on. You can see all the details moving this canvas around. Again, this is 8x10 gallery wrap spline. So if you were to try this like the way I did it, I suggest you guys practice on some paper canvas or paper panel, or I'm sorry, paper or some other cheap canvas panel before committing to this gallery wrap, more expensive canvas, or you know, making the size a little bit bigger, you know. So just keep practicing first. And here is a bonus feature on back of this 8x10 splined gallery wrapped So here's a little, inexpensive LED light you can get. Amber tone is what I got from Amazon. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of a distance as I'm trying to install this on back of it with a glue gun. So as you can see, be sure to put a little distance, as you can see the way I'm doing it here. Not put the light directly over the back of this canvas, but put a little distance. That way, when it dries up, you can always make minor adjustments, a little bit closer to the canvas, back of the canvas, or a little farther away. You have that flexibility, so which is what I like. So I'm adding these lights back and forth here on back of it, the rest of these lights. But if I were to do this again, I would just add, I don't know, 2 to 3 lights on back of this where the focal point of the canvas is going to be. And here it is. These are the washer that you can inexpensively get it at Home Depot. Got $1.50. $1.50. So here it is. Here is the washer, and I'm just gonna install this on back of it. And for this mini light wand with the magnet, as you can see, there's a little magnet there. There's so many different models out there, so you can experiment and shop around and see which fits your need the best. So as you can see, this washer kind of sticks to this light. Applying a little glue gun on the back of it. So there's a little real estate, about an inch and a half of gallery wrapped canvas. So it has that real estate. If you want to get a little thicker canvas, you can do that, like 3-inch canvas gallery wrap, to make sure this light installment can be comfortably installed here back of it. As you can see, it kind of snaps on to this canvas and back of it. And that's the 2 lighting options that I've presented to you. And I hope you like this painting piece as much as I enjoyed creating it for you.